This is Italy, Tennessee.
India, Quebec, 6 Lima, November. This is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. India, Quebec, 6 Lima, November. This is Oscar Romeo 4 India, Sierra, Sierra. How do you copy? India, Quebec, 6 Lima, November. I have you broken and not yet readable. How now?
Over.
India, Quebec, 6 Lima, November. Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. How do you copy? How do you copy?
Over.
Lima, November, this is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. Let's shift to backup. Let's shift to backup channel.
Okay. Shift back. Okay.
Yes, I've got you loud and clear on this frequency. I'm ready, please, so let's go ahead and begin.
Okay, very much, go. Hello. We all believe your special people working together for C1 great goal.
I copied the beginning of the question, but not the rest. I do have a written list. I think that question was from Loris. Is that correct? Loris, that's a good question. I'd like to just make clear, though, the commitment is one made by many thousands of people the world over that have put together this fantastic space station, and I'm proud of our collective achievement in that regard, and I think it's great that we have an international team that's willing to commit the resources and the energy to build an outpost in space, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Our relationship among the crew on board is very, very good. We were friends long before we launched on space station, so nobody's really being forced to live here, and it's a pleasure just spending time with these great crew members that I've got, and to get a chance to do the work we do and do that all together is fantastic. There's not specific cultural requirements that I know of. We basically get evaluated during the course of our selection for astronauts before we even begin, and then we also do a lot of training together in difficult situations and water survival training. We do a national outdoor leadership school training. We train in an underwater laboratory in the Florida Keys, many of us. So we've had a lot of chance to be in confined environments and stressful environments together. Like it's very person. For myself, coming to space from the Earth environment is really easy. The transition to weightlessness is very easy. When I returned to Earth after at least my shuttle mission, getting used to gravity again was much harder for me. It took me, several days before I was back running as much as I used to before and lifting weights. So for me, the trip up was easy. We're about 400 kilometers over the surface of the Earth, and this is a good height because we don't have a significant amount of drag from the Earth's atmosphere, so the space station isn't being pulled down too fast, but at the same time, so we don't have to expend fuel to continually reboost it as often as otherwise would be the case, and it's also a convenient height for visiting vehicles to get to. They don't need a lot of fuel, or as much fuel as if we were orbiting at 500 or 600 kilometers. Giant control moment gyros, big spinning flywheels that are on the U.S. segment. Over. We're outside and doing a spacewalk. We bring a little bit of space station or a little bit of planet Earth with us in the form of the atmosphere, the pressurized air inside of a spacesuit. That does a lot of the protection. It provides us oxygen and it keeps the nitrogen from bubbling off in our blood, giving us a lethal case of events. It also protects us somewhat from radiation, and it protects us from the thermal extremes of operations outside the spacecraft. Over. And it takes place by essentially using the Earth's atmosphere to take out the velocity, the 17,000 miles an hour velocity that the orbiting vehicles have in low Earth orbit. So we basically use friction, and that slows the vehicle down. In the case of a Soyuz or a capsule type spacecraft, very quickly. Put on a photograph to send down to Earth, and it makes you feel very fortunate to be here. We are essentially 1 in a billion, 7 billion people on planet Earth, and 6 people that are fortunate enough to live aboard the space station and enjoy this spectacular view. Ready to copy. That's a very important question, and I think in the case of myself, being up here, having had a chance to fly twice on the shuttle and once on the space station, number one, makes me feel very fortunate to do this, and number two, makes me feel that it's imperative for me to be able to communicate this experience.
We have a school representative today, it's wonderful and unforgettable to see. We also want to invite you to our school and hopefully as soon as you like to know. You're great. Thank you. Over. No, you're talking now? A posto,